Hello folks, this is activity number 3 in week 3 of the winter 2026 CAD course. Uh, I'm, I'm asking you to create this solid object, but in a very weird way. This problem actually was assigned as homework problem back in week 1, but here what I want to do is to create this out of making the surfaces that make this object and then using the close icon in order to turn that closed surface into a solid object. It's a crazy way of doing it, but because we're dealing with generative shape design these days or this week, it's a good way to practice on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a part. I'm going to call it activity 3. All right. And immediately we'll save this thing. File, save management, save as. There we are. Okay. Uh, how I'm going to do this, there are a zillion different ways of doing it. How I'm going to do this is the bottom piece. I'm going to make the bottom piece. And then once the bottom piece is done, I'm going to do the top piece. Okay. So let's go ahead. Uh, because I'm dealing with surfaces, you can either be in generative shape design, or the stripped down version of it, which is called on the mechanical design here wireframe and surface design. That's entirely up to you. But I will go to generative shape design. So on that horizontal plane, I will sketch. Okay. What do I sketch? That rectangle. These are in inches or millimeters, 50 by 75, 50 by 75. So let me draw, dimension these things. This is 75, and this is 50. Say okay. There we are. And then that rectangle, I'm going to draw it in back to that page, back to that sketch, because I want to draw this cutout here. So I might as well go back there and do a rectangle, but we put the right dimension on it and fill it out. So for example, this side is 25, and the distance from here to here is 25. This dimension is 25. And this depth is, I believe, 12. Now, I want to extrude this to get that bottom piece, except that this is not a closed curve. So what I have to do is to clean up this piece. I have to take away. So go to operations, quick trim, and select that piece, this piece, and exit. Now I can extrude. So look on the surfaces. Here is the extrude. You do it by 12 millimeters. I think the height is 12. Yep. Now, this bottom sketch that I drew to extrude it, I'm going to use the fill, so that it puts the surface at the bottom. There. Okay. I can do exactly the same thing up here. I can create the surface up here. There are different ways of doing it. One is, for example, to do another fill, except that I don't have a sketch. I have to select these edges one by one. And there are other ways of doing it, of course. Hopefully that makes it a closed curve. and then we say okay, right there. The other thing is I want to take out a rectangle here of size, what is that? This is 55 by 20, 55 by 20, so I can build the rest of the model. So on that plane, I will sketch. Okay, so let me see, where did I want to put that rectangle? It really doesn't matter. 55 by 20. So for now, we'll put center there. Let's put some dimensions here. This is going to be 55. And this is going to be 20. Okay, exit. And then I will make a split this thing. So here's the split. See that? Split. Let me cancel that. Try it again. Split the bottom face with that sketch. Now that sketch was this, and it takes away that piece. Okay, very good. Now we do the rest of this. The rest of this, I'm going to draw that trapezoid up there and extrude it. So on that back face, before I do this thing, save it. Always save. Okay. On that, yeah, I'm going to draw the trapezoid. Use a profile. So this and that and that and that. Exit. Now, I want to fill this thing, but I'll do it later on. I'm going to extrude this thing by 20 millimeter. The only thing is that when I extrude this thing by 20 millimeter, then what's going to happen is that it also creates a bottom surface here. So maybe it's easier if I did a individual line extrude. So the only problem is that when you try to extrude this, the whole thing is going to get extruded. Okay, I cannot pick them one by one. There are other ways of fixing it, but here's a different way of doing it. I go to that sketch, I delete this line. You see why? I'll delete this line, exit. Now I can extrude this without having to create a bottom face. In the other direction, by 20. Okay. Now, I want to fill this side. Okay. The only problem is that let me try. When I try to fill it, FILL. See, if I select this, if I select that sketch, the sketch does not have that bottom line. Remember I deleted it? So it's not going to fill. You'll see why. It's going to say that this is not closed. Okay. So what I'm going to do instead, cancel that. I'm going to create a line. This is not in the sketch. A line from here to here. Here's a line from this point to that point. A line was created. Now when I go and fill it, FILL, I select that sketch and I select that line. That is a closed curve because the first one that I picked is these three broken lines, and the last one is that line that I created. It's not closed here. So maybe I did not pick that line correctly. Cancel that. Let me delete this. So in order to fill this FILL, this has to be a closed curve. But I did go to that sketch and remove that bottom line. Remember that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a line. Let me hide these things so that they won't block my view. Okay. I'm going to hide this one too. I'm going to create a line from this point to that point, which is the corner of that rectangle. Good. Now let's try to do FILL. Where is this thing that I hit, that fill that I hit? I think it was this one. Nope. Let me see now. It was probably this one. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. So we go FILL, fill, that sketch, and this line that I'm going to select it from the tree is easier. And then we say, okay. See what I did? In order to fill something, this had to be closed. But in the sketch, I went and deleted that bottom line. So what I did, I created a line in space, and I used that three broken line, which was in a sketch, and this line separately. So let's do the other side. Here we don't have to do that because there is already a line here. So okay, I'll do the same thing on this side. So let's go ahead and FILL this line, that line. Now, when I select this line, you see that there will be an issue here. Select it. And if you wonder what's going on here, let's zoom in closely. You see this? My problem was back there, way on the other side, way on the other side. So that's why it won't let you do that. So cancel that. Let's go to the other side. And that is that trapezoid that I drew. Where was that trapezoid? Let's go ahead and get it there. I believe it was this trapezoid was was it this sketch? No, maybe that sketch. Yeah, right here. You see this? That's what the problem was. So I can fix it. So I select this point, control that point, and you make it coincident. Okay, very good. Nothing changes. Everything else is going to stay put. Now we go to the other side and try to FILL it. Okay, things like this happen. So FILL, cancel that. FILL. On sketch 3. It's picking it because it's selected. Let's try it again. FILL. Okay. This edge, that edge, you would not let us pick that edge before because there was a gap here. So now it'll be okay. Oh, look at it. See this? There's also a problem there. Cancel. Where was this coming from? Same thing. Go back to that sketch. It's exactly the same thing. You see this? You see that? So this point, control that point, coincident, exit, try it again. Hopefully this time it'll work. FILL, this edge, that edge, that edge, yes, and this one. And we say, okay, there we are. All right, now, okay, so what we're going to do is we created all the surfaces, we're going to join them. So join, there's an extrude here, this extruding these three lines, remember that? There is a fill on this front, a fill on the back, and there was a split that I made. Remember that split that I made? Okay, now, and these sides, because I split, that split was actually just top face. These side, the bottom, let me say okay. And now we go to mechanical design, part design, close it. If there are no gaps, this will turn into a solid object. And it looks like it did. If I hide the joint, yeah, I can hide this bottom surface too. So just be careful because this is a good exercise. It's very easy to miss some of these connection, creating gaps. I mean, there are gaps, fill does not work, join may not work, etc. All right, folks, good luck.